Judge, this is a case of the Brooks.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Mr. Brooks, it looks like you filed this case. Tell me what's going on.
Well, actually, I'm here today because I really feel like my counterpart here, my co-parent, she is intentionally working just to not even pay or help out in child support. I am a full-time father. I'm also a full-time employee, and I don't get as much money on a week-to-week basis. And I'm really looking for just a little help or support in what we created together. And it seems like she's kind of trying to run out on her responsibility in this with me, and I don't think that's fair.
What do you mean she's trying to run out on her responsibility? What do you mean by that?
Meaning trying to dodge the fact of, getting this child support, or being able to pay something to help me out.
Have you ever asked her, ma'am, you'll have your opportunity to speak. Have you ever asked her to pay child support? Or give you some money for the child?
Exactly. I've asked her to.
Welcome to today's courtroom showdown. This case is about to take a wild turn as we dive into a heated child support battle between Mr. Brooks, a dedicated father, and his ex, who's been dodging financial responsibility. But here's the kicker. She claims she can't pay because of an injury from falling off a stripper pole. You heard that right. This case isn't just about numbers. It's about responsibility, deception, and a whole lot of unexpected drama. Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? And what shocking revelation will leave the courtroom and you stunned? Let's break it all down.
Asked her to help out with some of the expenses that our child incurs throughout, even like a regular school year, or to maybe go attend different events, but.
What type of expenses are you speaking about?
Well, I'm speaking of expenses maybe like as far as childcare, all right? Tuition, because I prefer that our child gets maybe a better education other than maybe what the public system will provide. And so I'm looking for just a little help on her behalf, this is something we created.
Okay, ma'am, what he's asking for is not unreasonable. You're not willing to do that?
Your Honor, it is unreasonable.
How is it unreasonable?
He knows I'm disabled, for one.
What is your disability?
I hurt my leg.
Okay.
And so I'm not able to work as I would like to, and he knows that. He knows that.
You are aware, though, that in the state of Texas, you can be ordered to pay child support and the money comes directly out of your disability check.
I did not know that, Your Honor.
Yes, that's why you're here today, for me to inform you of that.
Well, I don't think that's right. Because
wait a minute, ma'am. But you think it's right for him to pay all of the expenses for the child every month?
Your Honor.
You answer my question. Do you think that's right?
No, Your Honor, but he's doing this because I stopped messing with him. I go over there.
What do you mean by stop messing with him?
I still go over to his house and we still mess around. And I just decided to cut it off because my leg has been killing me.
I mean, it don't make no sense you bringing that up here.
Well, you trying to bring me to court. You should have thought about that.
You all will address me.
Sorry, Your Honor.
You will not address each other.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You all's rendezvous, that has nothing to do with this court proceeding and why we're here, okay? We're here to talk about money. Ma'am, that is a different court, okay? That's not, we're in support court. We're talking about child support here.
Okay.
And according to what has been presented to me so far, the child lives with Mr. Brooks, is that correct?
I would really say us, but he lives in his home, yes.
The child lives with Mr. Brooks, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Brooks, you are not receiving any type of child support, is that correct?
I'm receiving nothing from her at all.
Okay.
Nothing?
Ma'am, how many children do you have?
All right, let's talk about Mr. Brooks. He's out here working full-time, raising a child, and just asking for a little help. Sounds reasonable, right? But what's really going on here? His ex, on the other hand, is allegedly dodging child support on purpose. This isn't just about money, it's about fairness. Is she really unable to pay, or is she just finding loopholes to escape her responsibilities? And here's something to consider. Should both parents be legally bound to contribute equally, or should exceptions be made based on circumstances? Let us know in the comments.
I have one with him, and then I have 2 others.
Okay, so you have a total of 3. And how much money do you make a year?
Well, I don't make any now since I hurt my leg off the pole.
Well, What pole are you referring to? Did you run into a pole?
No, ma'am. I was working at Dallas Gentleman's, and he knows that, and he knows that's why I hurt my leg, and so he's been helping me.
Wait a minute. What is Dallas Gentleman's?
A strip club.
So you were working in the strip club, so you got injured on that pole.
On that pole, and he knows it, and he forced me to work there.
And you're collecting a disability check from falling off the stripper pole.
Off the stripper pole.
Okay, that's the first.
But that's why we don't have a
interesting.
relationship now.
But that's not what you said the other
Why?
day.
Excuse me.
Sorry, Your
Excuse
Honor.
me.
Sorry.
What do you mean by that's why you all don't have a relationship now?
Because she's spending all her time up there working on the pole for money, you know. But this is money that she.
But you know what,
With our
sir,
kids.
and you may not necessarily agree with her choice
an
of
honest
work,
living.
but she is making some type of money. And ma'am, you are going to pay child support.
How much?
You're going to pay child support. How much were you working when you were on the pole?
How much I was getting?
Yes.
I mean, I was getting close to about a night or a year.
Based on the documents that you turned in with your 1099s, you were making about $65,000 a year.
What?
He knew.
These documents are accurate, correct?
They're pretty much accurate.
Even whether he knew or not, you were making money and you're not supporting.
I am supporting,
shoot.
but I will say he does a lot. He does most of it because I am hurt and he knows that. So he's been pretty nice about that until now.
What do you mean he's been pretty nice until now?
I mean, until now, like I guess since I was, unfortunately still
with that again.
letting him, come over
Sir,
and have
you
rendezvous.
will have your opportunity to speak. Let her speak.
Thank you.
And I do not need you
Yes,
to
Your Honor.
echo me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now address me. What were you saying?
We would have our rendezvous, and he was fine and dandy.
Hold up. So she's disabled and can't work? That might seem like a solid reason until the judge drops a legal bombshell. In Texas, child support can be deducted directly from disability checks. And guess what? She had no idea. Now, was this genuine ignorance, or was she hoping to play the system? Either way, the court doesn't care. The law is clear. Every parent has financial obligations. Do you think disability should be an excuse, or should every parent contribute no matter? What?
Fine and dandy. We've been doing this for 5 years. 5 years. He knows I've been stripping. And all of a sudden he wants to pull me into court now because I stopped last week. So all of a sudden now we're on the court docket to come into court because
Ma'am.
you want child support because I
Ma'am,
stopped giving it up.
You really need to address me as I've asked you.
Sorry,
I've asked you
Your
that
Honor. I do apologize.
more than once.
I do apologize.
Don't apologize, just do it. Okay? Okay, ma'am, your testimony is conflicting with the documents that you provided to the court ahead of time. You testified that you have 3 children and 1 child between the two of you, but according to your paperwork, you have a 4th child.
What?
Yes, Your Honor.
You didn't know she had another child?
Your Honor, I had no clue.
You were not going to tell this man that you have another child? Your child has another sibling. You don't believe that's important?
It's more than a sibling, but it's someone he knows, so I just don't think it's important for him to know.
I am not about to play these games with you. You save those games for your old job on the pole, okay? This is a serious matter. You need to be paying child support to this man, okay? Now, based on, you said you received disability, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do you receive in disability a month?
Only $1,200.
Only? He's not getting anything from you. What do you mean only?
He's getting a lot from me, but okay.
Financially, he's not getting anything from you to support this child, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Based on my calculations, at $1,200 a month, puts you about $14,000 or so a year. So, giving you credit for the other children you have, your child support obligation comes out to $163.20. Who covers medical insurance for this child?
Anthony is currently on Medicaid.
Medicaid, okay. So ma'am, considering you are the one that is going to be responsible for child support, you're also going to be responsible for the health insurance. That money has to be repaid back to Medicaid. It's a state agency. You have to pay it back. Therefore, based on what your gross and taking 9% of that, which is what you would be responsible for health insurance, it comes out to about $108. So your total monthly obligation is $271.20. That is to be paid on the first of each month, and it will be paid directly to him. Child support obligation.
Wait, what? Did she just say she got injured falling off a stripper pole? And not just that, she was making a whopping $65,000 a year while doing it. Now, here's where things get murky. She claims Mr. Brooks forced her into that job, but he says otherwise. So, was she really being forced, or was she just comfortable making money until it wasn't an option anymore? This case just took a turn no one saw coming. What do you think? Was she being honest? Or was this a convenient excuse to avoid child support?
Support obligation and the Medicaid coverage. You understand, ma'am? Because you're looking very confused right now, and I'm confused as to why you haven't been giving him any money to support this child.
Because I've been giving him other things, Your Honor. And
What other type of things are you talking about that he gets from you?
Can you tell her what I give you, please?
I'm asking you.
Your Honor, I give him lap dances. I give him...
Oh,
everything
okay.
you can
See,
think of.
that's too much. That's too much. I'm referring to anything that you give him for the child. Based on what you all do behind closed doors, your little secret rendezvous you have going on, that has nothing to do with in here. Financially, what else have you been giving him to take care of this child?
I give him about $20 every other week.
$20 every other week. Sir,
Ma'am. Your Honor.
about how much does it cost you a month in expenses for this child?
When you consider daycare as $115 a week, just to make sure she's getting a quality education, along with the expenses of clothes, food, entertainment, things like that. I would probably put another 100 or so on that.
There's no way he can live and take care of this child off of $20, ma'am. Your child requires more than $20. So, monthly obligation, $271.20 to be paid to dad. Mr. Brooks, do you have anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. Now, once she's healed from, her injury, she'll be back to making more money.
Okay. Yeah.
And so is that something that can be considered, or?
Oh, definitely. It can be considered. And ma'am, that's actually a very good question. If you go back to the poll and you make another $65,000 and this man comes back for an increase in child support, I can entertain that. Yes. Don't look confused. I can entertain that. As you get an increase, your child also gets an increase. Is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, how am I supposed to be able to afford this?
I don't know. Let's see. Maybe you can pick up another job.
That's all I know how to do.
Is what? Hit the pole?
Hit the pole.
Well, you might want to find another pole job. Anything further?
That'll be all, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
If nothing further, you all are dismissed.
All right, let's break it down. Mr. Brooks is granted child support because, despite her claims, the court determined she has the ability to contribute. The judge saw right through the excuses and made sure the child's needs came first. But this case isn't just about money. It's about accountability. No matter the situation, both parents have a duty to support their child. What do you think? Was justice served, or did the judge go too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and hey, if you love courtroom drama as much as we do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping legal showdowns.